Warm welcome to all teachers. I am going to discuss about the teachers training program on behalf of Expert Committee School Education Department, Government of West Bengal Board of Primary Education and West Bengal Samagro Shiksha Mission. I am Sri Maloy Krishna Majumdar. He is Khokon Das. The learner will learn 5 topics at primary level. First topic is counting. There are two identical plates. Each plate contains some sweets. How the learner will distinguish these 2 plates? First plate contains 4 sweets and second plate contains 6 sweets. Here, object is associated with numbers. Object is concrete, but the numbers are abstract. These are counting numbers. Here, counting numbers are called natural numbers. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Next, measuring. We want to measure this room. We want to measure the length of this room using a stick. To measure the length of this room, the stick is used 10 times. And to measure the remaining portion of the length of this room, half of the length of the sticks is used. If we consider the length of the stick is 1 foot, then the measurement of the length of this room will be 10 foot and a half foots. That is 10.5 foots. In this way, the fractional number and decimal number came. Third point is making group. Group of 10, group of 100, group of hundreds, group of thousands. We use the group of tens, the group of 100, the group of 1000 to explain place value. Again, there are another group, say group of the numbers of even numbers, group of odd numbers, group of prime numbers and so on. Next, arrangement. Arrangement, we arrange the numbers. These may be odd numbers, even numbers, and there are given 3 numbers. The learners will arrange these 3 numbers in such a way to make 3-digit numbers. This is also arrangement, and to form different numbers using 3 digits. Next, geometry, that is plane geometry or spatial geometry. The upper surface of the window is rectangular shape. Here, the rectangular shape, that is concrete. Here the window is concrete, but if we draw the rectangle, that is abstract. There are different types of geometrical figure. Learner will learn different parts of these geometrical figures like triangles, circle, rectangle and so on. The learners will draw the geometrical figures. They will explain all parts of any figure and so on. Next, I am going to discuss some thoughts about the knowledge construction on a topic in the classroom situation through constructivist approach. We divide the thoughts into 7 points. First point, that is previous knowledge. Before construction of knowledge on a topic, it is important to elicit the prior concept on that topic. Second point, mind map. Arrangement of the subunits is important. A mind map about which subunits will be taught earlier and which one later is helpful. Third point, method. The method of presenting subunits and engaging the learners into group work is to be considered with importance. Fourth point, learning outcome. The facilitator will identify the area that is required to learn the topic. That is, learning outcome are to be identified. Next, the learner will be engaged into an activity to assess whether they will reach to the expected learning outcomes. They will be evaluated by their individual competency and in respect to their participation in the activity. Next, additional activity. It may be that some learners require additional activity to reach the expected learning outcomes. And for this, the learners will be engaged through an activity and they will be developed through peer learning, forming groups with those learners who have already reached to the learning outcome. Next, application. The learner will be engaged into the discussion that how the learner will apply his knowledge into real life situation to solving problems. Now I shall discuss about continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Continuous means continual and periodicity. Learner child's growth is a continuous process, so their learning will also be continuous process. Periodicity, continual, in that sense we use formative evaluation, and periodicity we use in that case of summative evaluation. In the continuous and comprehensive evaluation, there are two aspects. One aspect is continuous and another aspect is comprehensive. In the continuous aspects, there are 6 steps. First step is remembering, second step understanding, third step applying, fourth step analyzing, fifth step evaluating, and sixth step creating. In the comprehensive part, it is related with 3H: head, heart, or hand. In the formative evaluation, we use 3 columns. First column stands for topic in the book. Second column, task framing. Third column, evaluation indicators. Here we use the evaluation indicators. These are 5 numbers. Number 1, participation. Number 2, questioning and experimentation. Number 3, interpretation and application. Number 4, empathy and cooperation. Number 5, aesthetic and creative expression. In CCE, continuous or comprehensive evaluation, here comprehensive we use in that sense the all-round development of the child. Here comprehensive contains scholastic area and co-scholastic area. Scholastic area includes the content knowledge, and co-scholastic area contains the social behavior, attitude, interests of the learners. In the formative evaluation, I will show a slide how we apply the formative evaluation on classroom situation. Next, summative evaluation. Summative evaluation, we prepare the questions in the summative evaluation on the learning outcome based. Summative evaluation, the pattern of the question in the summative evaluation is maybe MCQ, 2 or 3 column matching. Next, summative evaluation. Summative evaluation, we prepare the questions in the summative evaluation on the learning outcome based. Summative evaluation, the pattern of the question in the summative evaluation is maybe MCQ, 2 or 3 column matching, true, false, fill in the blanks, and so on. In the summative questions, open-ended 33% open-ended question must be there. Now, I will discuss about the statutory of the formative assessment. There are 4 parts in the formative assessment. First part is learning task, that is task framing. Second part, child portfolio. Third part, teacher's diary, and fourth part, child profile. First part is learning task. These tasks may be group work or individual work. Second part, that is child portfolio. Child portfolio means learning evidence of the learner. Third part, that is teacher's diary. Teacher's diary contains 2 statements. One statement is quantitative statement and the another statement is qualitative statement. And then a child profile. In the child profile, there are 5 columns. First column contains topic, as example, place value. Second column, strength. Strength, the learner will explain the place value of the digits problem. Third column is weakness. Fourth column is the area of the improvement, and fifth column, remedial measures taken. Concept of place value needs to be cleared while doing division. I will try to help the learner to understand in the case of division. I am going to discuss about division using place value. 3 coconut sellers came to a shopkeeper and they asked to the shopkeeper 500 straw each. But the shopkeeper had 836 straws. He decided to sell the straws equally to the coconut sellers. How many straws will be obtained by each of the sellers? To solve the problems, facilitators will try to understand the previous knowledge related to this topic, and also he tried to find out the learning gaps of the learner related to this division. For this, the facilitator will make an activity to know the learner's learning gap. I will show a sample activity in this board. There are 12 sweets in a plate. There are 12 sweets in a plate. Total sweets equal to 12. Reena ate 3 sweets. Left 9 sweets. Rohim ate 3 sweets. Left 6 sweets. Peter ate 3 sweets. Left 3 sweets. Raju ate 3 sweets. How many persons all the sweets. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4. 4 persons ate all the sweets. Here 12 divided by 3, 3 fours are 12. Repeated subtraction means division. Repeated subtraction means division. We divide 12 sweets. We distribute these 12 sweets among 4 persons. Each person will get 3 sweets. Repeated subtraction is division. To count or to measure, measuring becomes easy if we use the mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, involution, evolution. Here division makes easy the subtractions of the sweets which are given among 4 persons. Next, it is number 1. Number 2, expand. Expand the number 34 in place value. That is 34 means 30 plus 4. Our required number 836, expand 836 into place value 800 plus 30 plus 6. In this way, we give different examples, depends upon different learning outcomes related to my division, related to my given problem. We will show these types of sample activity. Next, now come to my problem. 3 coconut sellers. There are 836 stores. 836 means 800 plus 30 plus 6. This 800 straws, it is a bundle, 8 bundles of 100 straws. 3 bundles of 10 straws and 6 individual straws. We divide this 836. 800 means 8 bundles. These 8 bundles can be divided into 3 coconut sellers. 3 twos are 6. Each coconut sellers will get 2 bundles. 2 bundles with the place value up to here. The place value of 8 is 800. So the place value up to is 200. That is 100 place. That is 10 place. That is unit place. 8 bundles will be divided into 3 coconut sellers. Each will get 6 bundles. Let 2 bundles of 100 straws. Without breaking these 2 bundles cannot be divided into 3 coconut sellers without breaking. So to give these 2 bundles, to give the 3 coconut sellers, we break these 2 bundles. Each bundle contains 1 bundle means 100, 1 bundle. 1 bundle means 100 straws. 100 straws means 10 bundles. 10 bundles. Each bundle contains 10 straws. 1 bundle of 100 straws means there are 10 bundles. Each bundle contains 10 straws. So 200 straw means there are 2 bundles of 100 straws. these two bundles, if we break these two bundles, we have 20 bundles. Each bundle contains 10 straws. These 20 bundles can be divided into 3 coconut sellers. So there is 20 bundles, and in this 30 straws there are 3 bundles of 10. So 20 bundles of 10 and 3 bundles of 10, that is 23 bundles of 10. These 23 bundles can be divided equally into 3 coconut sellers. 3 sevens are 21. Again 7 means 70, 2 means 200 straws, 7 means 70 straws. Place value of 7 is 10. 70, that is 21, left 2 bundles. These 2 bundles, each bundle contains 10 straws. 2 bundles mean 20 straws. These 2 bundles without breaking cannot be divided into 3 coconut sellers. So to divide these 2 bundles, we break these 2 bundles. 2 bundles means 20 straws. These 2 bundles means 20 straws, and there are individual 6 straws, so 26 straws. These 26 straws can be divided into 3 coconut sellers, while each sellers will obtain 3 8s are 24. Left 2 straws. Here 278 means 200 straws plus 70 straws plus 8 straws. If we expand this 278 in place value, this will be 200 plus 70 plus 8. Here the learning outcome for this problem, learner will be able to identify this is dividend, to identify dividend, this is divisor, to identify divisor, this is quotient, and this is remainder. Learner will be able to find out the relation between quotient, dividend, divisor and remainder. 3 into 278 plus 2 equal to 836. That is divisor, these 3 divisor, 278 quotient plus remainder, that is equal to dividend. To go through this problem, very important, the prior concept is that 3 2s are 6 and 2 3s are 6. What is the difference between this 3 into 2 and 2 into 3? 3 into 2 and 23. 3 into 2 means there are 3 groups. Each group contains 2 wheels. Say these are the wheel. There are 3 groups. Each group contains 2 wheels. So this represents 3 into 2. Again 2 into 3. Into 3. There are 2 groups. Each group contains 3 wheels. This is 2 into 3. Learner will make a multiplication table using hands-on activity. Say multiplication table 1, multiplication of 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 10. He will make the multiplication table using sticks. There are 10 sticks arranged horizontally. For 1 into, we also take some vertical sticks, some sticks which are arranged in vertical way. This 1, taking 1 for first, taking 2 for second, taking 3 for third, taking 10 for 10. How many intersecting point of these line segments? If we consider in our geometry, these are all line segment. There is only one intersecting point, so 1 into 1, that is equal to 1. There are 2 intersecting points, so 1 into 2, that is 2. 1 into 3, that is 3. And 1 into 10, that is 10. For 2, we take 2 horizontal line segment in this way. For 2 into 1, we take 1 vertical line. For 2 into 2, we take 2 vertical line. For 2 into 3, we take 3 vertical lines. Here the number of intersecting point is 2, that is 2 into 1, 2. Number of intersecting points for 2 into 2, that is 4. Number of intersecting point in the third case, that is 3 plus 3, 6. 3 2s are 6. And here 2 into 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 2 into 10 equal to 20. In this way, learners will make the multiplication table using sticks as hands-on activity. Now, Kokunda will discuss about this training.
Congratulations all virtual viewers. Maloya sir has already expressed all the things. Now, I want to discuss you what we have to do as a mathematics teacher, what I have to do in classroom situation. First of all, we have to know the previous knowledge of the student who has come to our in front of our school, and in classroom situation what experience they have gathered. After that, we have to do the mind mapping and brainstorming. We all in the classroom situation think about the students' development, and some mind mapping will grow in our brain and brainstorming started. You know, our board's books, mathematics book is excellent book. We started there from known to unknown. Student come in the educational environment with some knowing knowledge. We captured that ideas of the students and proceed further. And we have to do some lesson about the topic we have to learn, we have to try to learn our students, and there are some subtopics. We have to select what topic we will select first and what topic we will select second. And in this process, in this classroom situation, you know, learning outcome is very important. The students have come with some learning outcome, and when we teach them a lesson, that lesson itself has some learning outcome that the student will gather. After the lesson, the student will gather these outcomes. So, the learning outcome is very important. When we teach our student, we follow some methods, 5B icon model, 5B model. This model helps us to gather the student these learning outcomes of that topic. And after that, when they prepare, when they gather the learning outcome, we proceed for evaluation. Maulada discussed about that evaluation process. Two process has one formative and other is summative. Diagnostic process is formative. We want the level, we want to know the level of the student when they teach, when they learn this topic, and whether the learning outcome what I want to give them is gathered by them or not. In the classroom situation, when we find a student learning outcome is not gathering to him or her, we find some process. We find peer learning and special concentration we will have to give the students, so that he or she may gather the learning outcome. We have to focus our real life situation when this learning outcome will affect her real life. So, we have to do this process. I briefly again telling you, first of all we have to find the previous knowledge of our student, then we have some mind mapping about topic and subtopic. After that, we ensure that our students will gather the learning outcome of that chapter, and peer learning will be useful for backward students. After that, evaluation process, and at the end of this situation, we will help the student to gather the learning outcome of that chapter. So, these are the findings. So, that will be done by a mathematics teacher in classroom, and this will help to develop our student to achieve the goal.
We now complete the session. Thanks to all.